Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at some gameplay with Regieleki in the Open Great League. I did some battles here, some friendlies, and I want to try out the new move Thunder Cage, which is a very strong move, dropping the opponent's defense with a guaranteed chance for only 40 energy with 60 damage is kind of solid. The one thing, of course, that Regieleki doesn't have is a bulk. Just full stop, it just has no bulk at all, and we're going to see it here already in the first matchup, where we're going to see that this is more of an ultimate class cannon, as we cannot take Sucker Punch at all, kinda. I was able to see Peter here, the opponent decides to use a shield. I'm gonna try to farm them down here, but this plan kinda completely goes to waste anyway, as they're gonna get the boost here with the Ancient Power. If they didn't get the boost, I think I would have had the chance of farming them down. Like this, I have to go for another Thunder Cage, and Regieleki is gonna claim its first kill for the video here. And yeah, I'm just gonna go down here, try to get to another Thunder Cage here against the opponent's Denny. It doesn't work out, sadly. But let's see on how this is going to go. I can go to my Gligar. We're going to try to go for a deck here soon as well, but we're going to use a shield against a potential player from the opponent. They actually go for the bait, which is a very smart play. And we see Peter here, which is really annoying because it's very likely that now the opponent is not going to decide to use a shield here. So I would have rather went for a dig, but yeah, well played by them. The aerial ace is coming through, but I still should be able to outspeed them to a dig, so at least I'm going to be able to get rid of the Denny or get the final shield here. As you will see, we're going to be able to get rid of them, and in the back it's going to be the Corsair, which I don't think there would have been a better Pokemon for me to encounter in the back here other than the Corsair. Like, this is literally perfect. As a Ferret is going to be our safe-up for this team, and then hard answer to any of the Ghost-type Pokemon, which is absolutely lovely. And with that, we are going to be able to win that first battle, as we do so much damage with our Sucker Punch. They have no chance of winning this one here at all. And yeah, this is going to be it for the first one, and we can move on to the next opponent. Trust me, it's gonna be a bit tougher today. I had quite some awkward leads here as well. We see also like I'm not gonna talk about the lag again. It's still the same as before. I saw a lot of people complaining online as well about it. It's a thing that a lot of people are currently affected, but apparently there is a new version for Pokemon Go just coming out as well. So maybe this version is going to fix it, which would be kind of cool. Literally just came out, I think, literally overnight. So hopefully, for the people who can already download that one, that might fix the issues with PvP currently, which would be lovely. Not too sure if it is, I have no idea, but would be kind of cool. Anyway, let's take a look here. We're going to have the Trailblaze coming through against the opponent's Credilli, allowing us to go for not the full farm down. They still swipe barely, and I still have to take a hit here. Where, of course, I'm going to use a shield here, because I can't really, just have my Regieleki in the back. And as you will see here, after the Toxicity, we can see on how much a resisted Thunder Cage gonna do. We are squishy and doing a lot of damage. The opponent is squishy and does a lot of damage, and we are going to be able to let the move go through here as well. If it's a Power Punch, we still get to another Thunder Cage. As we see, it is going to be the Power Punch. And with that, we're going to be able to get the KO against the opponent, which is going to be lovely, as they are going to have now their Goodra coming back in. And sadly, I don't think we're going to be fine here with our Gligar. We have to take a hit here. It's going to be the Awkward Tail. They would still get to another Awkward Tail anyway. As we see, we don't get to another move here. Good game to the opponent. Let's move on to the next opponent, where we see a Great League Florges. Kind of interesting Pokemon. Actually kind of solid now with like, the moveset that this Pokemon has. But let's take a look on how this is going to go. We will see here that we are going to be able to just go ahead and go for the aerial ace. The opponent is going to decide to go for their next charge move here as well. Moonblast coming through, doing a lot of damage. And Pangoro is coming in next. Swift is coming in here. This is going to do some solid damage still against the opponent, but there's no reason for them to really, get to really shield here, because we're gonna not be able to knock them out. We can go back into our Gligar. We can take the hits. We hope they don't get the boost. Of course, if they get the boost, we are gonna be a bit in a problematic situation here. And as we'll see, the opponent still gets another charge move. I'm kind of forced to use a shield, because when my Gligar goes down, I don't have any bulk anymore at all. And so aerial ace is coming through. Gotta get the shield again. Maybe at this point I should let the move go. I'm not too sure, but I cannot farm them down with the Thunder Shock Kit either. I'm very certain out of range for that. Lapras comes in. Maybe I had to risk it, because now against Lapras I would have had the chance of most likely being able to, get the KO if I had another shield left, but sadly I don't, and so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We will see here that the opponent is going to be kind of low. Can we go for the full farm run? They barely survive here, sadly, and with that, we're not going to be able to win this battle. Good game to the opponent. Sparkling Arrow comes through, and with that, we can move on to the next one. And again, a Goodra in the lead. And I was like, what the hell is going on with Goodra? To be fair, Goodra is a cool Pokemon with the coverage it has. Dragon-type Pokemon, currently not that often seen either, but I feel like Goodra would be a good lead in the current meta. And funnily enough, they are running Heatran with a Bug Bite. So, cool to see that. I was thinking about Heatran with Bug Bite as well before, for, yeah, a different cup. I think it was like a cup that was a special cup recently. Didn't make sense though, that's why I never made a video about it. Sadly, Fire Spin is just better, but they still get to move here with 1 HP, which is something I didn't expect, and that is going to be a bit problematic for us. As we will see here, the Skeldurge coming in, we're going to be able to go for the Swifts against the opponent. It's going to do basically no damage. I should have went for the Trailblaze on the first one, by the way. If I went for the Trailblaze on the first one against the Skeldurge, I actually most likely would have been able to knock them out here already at this point. So that was a mistake by me, and a mistake that is actually going to be costly, because at the end of the day, I would have been able to knock out this Pokemon. They didn't have anything left. It depends now on what they have in the back. It's going to be the Goodra there, yeah. Maybe I had actually the chance of winning this battle if I just went for the Trailblaze earlier, instead of going for the Swift against the Skeldurge. That maybe would have won me the battle here. But nonetheless, good game to the opponent here. Still kind of close. Yeah, Goodra is a tough lead for this team, for sure. Especially with like Regieleki not really having play against it. Also, we got Hyper Beam on Regieleki, and trust me, there's going to be still one battle where you're actually going to see this move in play. So stay tuned for this one. Can't wait to show you that battle. But as you will see here, we're going to have the Dusknoir against us. Dusknoir gonna go ahead and go for the Shadow Punch here, which is lovely, and they're gonna swap out as well. They're gonna go into the Moltres. That's not a great matchup, but at least we were able to catch the energy there onto our Pokemon, which is great. Swift is coming through, is going to do a little bit of damage, and they're still gonna try to knock us out, but I'm trying to get them into a range where I can farm them down with Thunder Shock and maybe then sweep the game with my Regieleki. Let's see if that's going to work out here. The Swift is coming through, and as we will see here, I am going to be able to go into my Regieleki. I can go for a shield. I can go for the full farm on here as well. And they're going to have in the back a Swampert, and that is just not ideal. Could have tried to get up to the Hyper Beam, but as you see, they're going to use a shield here anyway. I'm still going to be able to outspeed them here to the next move, which is kind of cool. But the Mud Shot damage alone is already adding up so much onto my Pokemon that I don't think that really helps me at all. Defense is going to drop here from the opponent. The only thing that I can do here now is try to catch the move onto the Ferret. And I'm going to be able to do exactly this perfectly here by going for one fast move with my Gligar and then swapping out onto the opponent. And this is allowing me to have at least some play here still, hoping that they don't get to another Hydro Cannon in time. And as we'll see, we're going to be able to shield this one up, but they're still going to be able to outspeed me, which is kind of unfortunate. As we will see here, Hydro Cannon is going to connect against us, and we can move on to the next opponent. It's a Primeape here. Primeape is going to not appreciate the aerial aces at all. That is going to be great, as we will see that we're going to be able to, yeah, go ahead, go for the shield for the opponent. They're going to very likely swap out eventually, but as you see here as well, they're going to have Rage Twist, and funny enough, which I didn't know, and where most likely normal Gligar's better against this matchup, 2 Rage Twists would be here kind of enough to knock us out. I think we will still barely survive another Rage Twist there, but we would be then farm down range. They're going to swap out into the Dusknoir, and of course we have a good answer for this Pokemon in the back. I do think I had a bit of an issue with, okay, maybe not, I don't know. Though, yeah, there is a little bit of an issue with that, but again, it's a tiny bit. It cost me like 1 or 2 fast moves, I don't know why. But yeah, we're still going to be able to shield up one, and as you see here, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it would have knocked him out. I think I would have got 1 extra fast move in, and I think I still would have got to the Dynamic Punch, so like the difference is like that 1 Astonish there in terms of damage, so it's not really that detrimental for the game itself. And with that, we're going to be able to go for a charge move against the Clodsire. Clodsire is not the Pokemon I want to see, especially not with a Pokemon in the back that's basically just pure electric. But I can go for 1 charge move against the Primeape here at least. This will allow me to get this shield, and I still reach that area ace just barely in time, and this gives me some hope. The only way though I can win is if I can go for Hyper Beam against the Clodsire. That was my idea here. Is this the battle that I mean where we hit the Hyper Beam? Let's find out here. No, it's not. We see it already. The Switch Hook isn't up. I needed to catch the move if I want to go for the Hyper Beam, so my plan kind of changes here now. I go for the Thunder Cage, which is going to allow us to drop the opponent's defense here mainly. And it's going to be a CMP tie. We go down, but I hope that I can go for 2 Swifts. And if they didn't overfarm, I should be able to go for back-to-back Swifts here in time. And they overfarmed by 1. If they didn't overfarm by that 1, I would have been fine here. I would have won this battle. But I think they... maybe actually they didn't. Maybe it's just what you get over from the Earthquake. I think they just literally barely got there one time. So it's fine. We can move on to the next opponent. Is this the one where we see the Hyper Beam? Let's see. We're going to have a great lead matchup again. We're going to have Dusclops here against us. We're going to be able to go for some nice fast and charge move pressure, and we should be able to fully farm them down after this one lands, while having a boosted Swift for whatever comes back in, or even a boosted Trailblaze, which is going to be great. As we see, we can take the Ice Punch. This is going to be alright. We're going to be able to go for the full farm in time. And with that, we have here now a charge up coming through against the Diggersby boosted, super effective Trailblaze. It's not what a ground type really wants to see. And this is like the benefit of this team, by the way, and that's why I think the team is kind of nearly ideal around an electric type, is you have a lead that's good against ground type Pokemon by being flying type. You have a Say-Stop that can bait them out, but still punish them with a Trailblaze, and then you have a Pokemon in the back that really cannot deal with any kind of ground-type Pokemon. And so, here we're gonna see the Jellicent in the back, actually. That is looking like a very solid matchup, and I do think we're gonna be able to win this one here as well. As we are going to be in a position now where I outspeed them easily, and I can go for the Thunder Cages. The opponent has a bit of an energy advantage because I was a bit, not as fast to swap out. Bit slow there, but we're gonna be able to still use a shield here. Surf is coming through, but as you see, I can go up to 2 Thunder Cages, and this will allow me to go for back-to-back charge moves. If they want a shield, I can still get to another one and knock them out. And as you see here, they're gonna decide to use a shield, but it didn't work for them. We're gonna be able to go for a Thunder Cage, and I would be even able to knock out the Diggersby if they allow me to, but they don't. They're still gonna go for a charge move, even though it doesn't matter, because I have a full HP Gligar against a 1 HP Diggersby. So good game there, and we can move on to the final battle, which is, spoiler alert, the one where we're going to use Hyper Beam on our Regieleki, which is going to be interesting. We're going to encounter a great lead for ourselves. It's going to be the Como against our Gligar, which is perfect. And as we will see here, we're going to try to go for the catch. I can go for the bait here because I expect them to use a shield. Like a Dick would just one-shot them, so I can't see them not shielding there. And I'm just going to try to take the energy on my Ferret. And this is the thing. Yeah, I know this is not a great matchup for Ferret, but what Ferret can do is it can take the energy from the Drapion. It gets the Drapion low enough that it can hopefully Thunder Shock them down, was just using 1 shield on it, and that is all that I really want. I just want to have a little bit of energy here. So, I'm gonna go into my Regieleki. I don't know, like, looked like a little bit like lag, but I think everything went okay in terms of who got the moves in. And we see the Venusaur come in, and of course, this is the time. This is where we want it. Here is the Hyper Beam, one-shotting a Venusaur. Goodbye there. And in comes here again the Como, where we're going to be able to use a shield against the opponent. We should be able to get the fly off against them. They drop their own defense for us as well, which is lovely. Como is a Pokemon, by the way, that I want to take a look at tomorrow as well on the channel. So definitely stay tuned for this one. It's going to be one of the Pokemon I want to showcase in the Great League. But that's going to be it for this video for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Most likely going to be another video later on as well. See you then. Bye-bye.